Waking up to a swollen and painful joint can surely be a huge turn-off that could easily turn into a nightmare when diagnosed with an uncommon condition. Arthritis is one of those. Although there are over 100 known types of arthritis, the commonest is rheumatoid arthritis, which cripples the skeletal system.
Medical cases that rarely come about turn out to be difficult to deal with when diagnosed. For oftentimes, we have not seen people in a similar condition and have no idea what to expect. Arthritis is one of those unusual occurrences that can be usually misdiagnosed for other conditions such as sickle cell anemia. This form of joint disorder involves inflammation of one or more joints. Although there are several other symptoms in relation to the disease, arthritis majorly presents with body stiffness, trouble moving joints, and swelling. While it's typically thought to affect older adults, the condition spans a wide age range, and it has been established that 2/3 of those with arthritis are under the age of 65. Arthritis is not curable. However, there are countless remedies available for relieving pain and other symptoms. Irene Nabifuge, in her early 30s, is a victim of this not so widely understood situation. On the program tonight, she tells her story and battle for survival with arthritis, and later on in the program, we'll be discussing the condition deeper with a rheumatologist, or rather an arthritis specialist. I'm Zuwena Chiremasali. Welcome to Life Stories. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm Nabifuge Irene. I live in Namaswa, Kalina Zone. I'm the last born in our family. At the moment we are 3, but we were 7. And the 4 passed on. I studied in Bukula Girls Secondary School in Masaka. And after there, I graduated as a teacher from Chambogo University.
So when did you find out you have arthritis?
I'm told that at the age before 6 years, I used to have joint pains, where the doctors said I had triglyceride cells, and they recommended that I would not grow. But after the age of 6, the pain disappeared, and I grew up as a normal child. So at the age of 16 years, the pain came back with swelling around the joints.
Youthful Nabifuge recollects that she first had her rare joint pains as a toddler. After treatment, the pain subdued, and young Irene went about life as a healthy, promising girl.
So I was taken to Rubaga Hospital, where they diagnosed me with sickle cells, but sickle cells as a carrier. But the unfortunate thing, I had pain, whereas a person who is a carrier must not have pain. So after that, they recommended that I should be transferred to Mulago Hospital Sickle Cell Clinic. So when I reached there, they took more tests to verify whether it was true I had sickle cells, because for a person to be with sickle cells, it begins at an early age. But at the moment I was 16 years. So when the tests were done and the results came back, it turned out that I was a carrier. But they wondered why I had a lot of pain.
How was your childhood growing up? How was school for you?
Because I didn't have any problem at the moment, it was okay.
It was fine.
I was like any other normal child.
Okay.
Yeah, not until that age when I was 16.
16. Which class were you then when you were 16 years?
I was in senior 3.
Did it by any way disturb your studies?
Yes, it did, because I used to be on and off.
Yeah.
And you know, at that time, people didn't know about, some had never heard about it. So as you know, the students, they used to say, because I grew very thin, they used to tell me that I had this other disease that we all know, HIV. And because at that age I was still young, I felt so bad, because they used to stigmatize me. I used to be alone. They don't want to associate with me, thinking that they would get the disease. So it was not easy for me through school. But I managed to pass through, because even during my senior 4 and senior 6, I used to do the exams on drips. I go for a drip, night in the day I go for a paper. So it was, even at school, the diet was not good. And they had told me that I had to be on a good diet. So life was not easy during my school time. Even after the secondary session, when I went for tertiary institution, still I was a thin girl, weak. The students did the same thing as it was in secondary, the stigmatizing. But here it was worse, because they used to throw my things, plates, cups. They didn't want to associate with me. So that time, there was a time when I came back here, I told my mom I'm not going back there. I even went and talked to my doctor about it, that I think I'm not going back to where I'm studying from, because I told him the story about how the people were treating me. But the doctor encouraged me that you try to explain to them. But I told him, even if I explain to them, they don't understand the word, the disease. But they encouraged me, he counseled me, and I went back. But I was there, I would be there for 2 weeks, I come back for a month, I start home, I go back for 2 weeks. So it was not easy at all.
Okay.
With intense and unending pains, tests taken were concluded to diagnose her with sickle cell. Even if there were no clear results to confirm, the symptoms she presented drew the doctors to a close.
I would bear the pain, because I had drugs, I would take drugs, they control the pain, but the condition at the school, the way I was being treated, it was harsh.
Okay.
But all this was because the people didn't know anything about the disease, because if they knew about it and what I was going through, I believe they would not have behaved the way they did.
As the disease progressed, her condition worsened. Irene's joints and bones became deformed as a result, and later to people in society discriminating her, including teachers and fellow students.
So at that moment, I spent 7 years in sickle cell clinic, treating sickle cell, because they could not...
7 years?
Yes. Because they could not tell me to go, because I had a lot of pain. So they used to treat the pain.
While she kept on medication all the way, for 7 years, Irene was confusingly treated for sickle cell instead of the rheumatoid arthritis.
So after the 7 years, the doctors saw that I had started getting deformities of the fingers. So Professor Ndugwa had an idea about rheumatism. So when he saw the deformities, he referred me to Ebenezer Clinic, Ebenezer Laboratories. to test for rheumatoid arthritis. We took the test. I went back for the results and brought the results to Professor Ndugwa, and he told me that I had rheumatoid arthritis. So he referred me to the rheumatology clinic, outpatient department.
Okay.
So I went there.
Weren't you shocked to find out that all along you've been treating sickle cells and yet you have something different altogether?
I was shocked, but I had nothing to do.
Did you have an idea what arthritis is all about?
At the moment, I didn't have.
Okay.
I didn't have any idea.
Okay.
So after that, I went to the clinic. At the moment, there was a doctor there who was there. That was in 2002. So when I went there, the doctor first told me that it is too late.
It's too late.
Yeah, that I've come when it's too late, but they'll do what they can to see that they put the situation under control.
Okay.
So they started prescribing drugs. He explained to me that the condition is not curable, but they can control the pain. So I started getting treatment. He prescribed some drugs, but also authorized that I have more tests to prove whether it's really
the one.
the one.
Okay.
So, but he gave me drugs to take. So I went for more tests, and they also came back proving I was positive.
Arthritis.
I had swellings all over the joint pains.
Oh, okay, plus the swellings.
And I could not move. I could not put on shoes because the feet had all become swollen. So I would have a lot of pain. I would spend nights without sleeping. So I used to go for physiotherapy and also taking drugs. But with time, we saw that the physiotherapy was not helping. And it needed time to go there. I had to work because at the moment I had got a job in Masaka where I was working. So I could not get enough time to come for physiotherapy. And it's only in Malago where at least they understand the disease. So moving from Masaka to Kampala every week, it was not something easy. So as time went on, I stopped going for physiotherapy, and I remained for only taking the drugs and the counseling.
When the doctors diagnosed you with arthritis, did they tell you the causes of arthritis?
They told me that it is genetical. As you know, we have teachings about the disease in Malago. The doctor told us, but in the research that was done worldwide, they discovered that it can also be caused by a virus called Parvo B virus. But in most cases, it is genetical.
Okay. Do you have anyone in your family who has arthritis?
I had a sister, but she passed.
She passed on. So.
And when they said that it is sickle cells, because in the family we have some sickle cell patients, they also thought it was sickle cells.
Okay.
That's why they didn't go further to carry out or to seek for information, because it was me myself who saw the fingers deforming. And I went and told the doctor that my fingers have started deforming, and he said, "Oh, we didn't realize that. It seems you have rheumatoid arthritis." That's why he prescribed, authorized to have a test.
Okay. At the moment, are you living alone?
No, I stay with my mother.
Okay.
And some nieces and nephews.
We're going to go for a very short break, but when we come back, we find out what exactly Irene is doing with her life. Don't go away.